Let's deal with the very immediate aftermath. We've seen a junior minister resign this morning, but nobody from the cabinet yet. But we remember Chequers when it took a few days for things to settle, and then some cabinet ministers did resign, of course, or at least one. So she has to get through that first before we even start talking about what happens in the Commons.
Yeah, we've had the first junior minister resign, and we were expecting some resignations last night, but those have been delayed. But there are still 2 or 3 ministers who seem to be wavering. Matt Hancock has come out this morning and saying he doesn't expect any, but you never know what's going to happen in the days ahead. A lot will become clear after Theresa May makes her speech at about 10:30 a.m. this morning in the Commons, and I think out of that you're going to get to see people's positions are likely to harden after that, and decisions will be made.
And it's really interesting. It will be really interesting to see whether we get any clarity on what the vote in the Commons will actually be. So if we get that far, if Theresa May survives this, and if we get to the Commons, will it be a binary choice between deal or no deal? In which case, a different outcome might be seen compared to if we see a choice between 3 different outcomes. I mean, Theresa May herself yesterday was talking about how it's this deal, it's this deal, no deal, or no Brexit at all. But I'm not sure that was taken exactly as she'd intended by the media.
Absolutely, but I do think that was the key statement last night. She's trying to get the Eurosceptics on board by treading the fact that there will be no Brexit at all if they continue their line of attack against her firstly, and then against the deal in general. So more clarity will emerge on that in the next few days.
OK, Matt.
Neil, I wonder if there's anything in this draft agreement to pacify Brexiteers. I mean, is there any clause that leads you to believe that the UK will eventually be independent of the EU Court of Justice, or is there anything that gives you faith that eventually the UK is going to be able to make its own trade deals? It didn't seem like there's much of a Brexit there.
Yeah, the only side that's really happy with what's come out so far is business. Business has more certainty now, and it's going to be able to plan. It's effectively the deal they wanted, the best they could have hoped for. Aside from that, it's a deal that will leave everybody unhappy. Politico has done an overnight poll. The general public is unhappy. Clearly, the politicians are unhappy. Labour Party's just come out and said it's unlikely to support the deal. This is going to be a very tough sell for Theresa May.
It's going to be interesting to see how so-called Remainers, or those who were on the Remain side, decide to confront this, because if they are presented with deal or no deal, if they ask themselves away from party lines, perhaps, what is in the national interest, it might be difficult for them to reach a conclusion on that one.
Absolutely, and the Tory whips are likely to try to exploit that. They'll be approaching Labour, more moderate Labour members, kind of seeking their support so that they can try and get the deal across the line by offering them that choice and saying that you may get a worse deal if you do not go with what we've agreed.